All right, here we go. My top 10 most complimented fragrances of 2022. These fragrances blow out everything in my collection by 1,000,000,000% in terms of compliment factor and sex appeal. So if that's what you want an undeniably sexy fragrance that's gonna have people all over you, then this is the video for you. As always, discount links and discount codes for all these fragrances in the description box, in the comment section, and it's global shipping, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can get your hands on these fragrances. We're gonna start with Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Intense for Her. Now, this is the feminine fragrance, but it's super unisex. I recommend this for everybody. It's way sexier than the masculine one, so if you're a guy, get the women's version. Trust me. Now, this is a lemon apple musk fragrance, and people just love it. Till this day, this is still my favorite standard designer summertime perfume. It smells really good. It is a pretty long-lasting fragrance as well. I still get compliments on this scent 7 hours after I apply it. And my favorite time to wear this is when I go to the beach. So some people think they're like, it's useless to wear a perfume when you go to the beach or the pool because it just washes off. And that's just not true. So what ends up happening with me is that you get the smell of the fragrance, right? And then it mixes with that salty seawater, and then the sun is just beating down on you. And it kind of smells like a really refreshing glass of cold lemonade. So I really do love Light Blue Intense, and it's just a very easy fragrance to throw on, very easy to like. Next up is the cheapest fragrance on this list, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Now, this I remember smelling for the very first time at Sephora. I was trying 20 other different fragrances at the time as well. And out of everything I tried, this one was my favorite. I tried masculine, I tried feminine, but my nose kept coming back to this. And then I found out it was the cheapest fragrance that I smelled that day as well. And I'm like, damn, that's a true winner right there. So this scent, it's like a fresh deodorant fragrance. Very simple. And what you're going to notice about this list of fragrances is when it comes to compliment factor, you're not looking for something complicated. A lot of the DNA here is very simple, which makes it really likable to a huge mass of people. And with Legend Spirit, this is a great fragrance if you like to go work out, you want to smell good when you're at the gym, you want to throw it on after you work out, after a shower, and it's just a nice, refreshing fragrance. And for some reason, I really can't put my nose on why it's so addicting. Like, even the description of fresh deodorant, it doesn't really razzle you in, right? It's not like glitz and glam. But for some reason, this is just very sexy to the feminine nose. And I went out and bought this myself because I was like, wow, that's such a good fragrance. I need to have that in my collection. And I wore it on walks that I would go on, and I would get compliments from women all the time when I would wear Legend Spirit. Next up is Molecule 01 by Eccentric Molecules. Now, this is my favorite layering fragrance. I say layering, but it doesn't really make the smell that different. And I do apply it over the fragrance that I initially throw on. So if I'm going to wear Legend Spirit, then I'll put Molecule 01 on top of it. Some people are like, no, you have to use this as the base. And to be honest, I've done that before. I've applied Molecule 01 first and then the other fragrance, but I didn't really like the smell of it. I was like smelling two things at the same time instead of like one cohesive blended sort of scent. And that's what I get when I apply this after the other fragrance. When I put it over it, it just helps the longevity. It makes it just push a bit and make it a little bit louder. So I do love this, a nice skin chemistry sort of fragrance as well when you wear it by itself. And I can't wait until like the summertime because I do like wearing this as a standalone scent because I get curious compliments out of everything in my collection and everything here on this table. This got me the most curious compliments where people didn't think I was wearing a fragrance and they told me I smelled good. They're like, is it your laundry detergent? Like, what are you wearing? Is it your shampoo? But my hair was dry. So they're like, what could it possibly be? And I was like, oh no, it's called Molecule 01. That's the name of the scent. So it does intrigue people a lot, and it's a smart scent. Like, the second you get active when you're running around, if you're out and about in the sun, it starts to get louder. But when you're working like an office job and you're kind of just being sedentary, you're not really going to smell it that much. And it smells very different from person to person, so it's a gamble. Next up And it's in no order in particular, by the way. We've got Cedrat by Mancera. And this, by the way, let me just say, this was getting compliments from everybody. This is a compliment magnet from women in particular. This scent, it literally did not matter. If I wore this around strangers, I've been complimented by women in passing with Cedrat. It is a loud fragrance. It has a good scent trail. It has a very nice scent bubble when you're wearing it. And it's a beast. I'm talking like even 3 sprays, I smell it on myself the whole damn day. I have been complimented on this fragrance the next day after a shower. That's how beast mode this scent is. But I will say this is the twist off version. Mancera, I don't think they have this version anymore. They only have the magnetic cap. And according to a lot of you, the performance is garbage. I have yet to test it for myself, so I can't really make a statement on that. But this is a really nice, fruity, fresh, woody fragrance in the dry down. So you get the fruits in the opening, that Jamba Juice sort of vibe in the opening. And then as it dries down, it kind of has this woody base. Now, guys that have smelled this on me thought that it smelled like aftershave, and they liked it, but they were not like nearly as in love with it as the women were that smelled this on me. I'm talking like feral ass reactions with this fragrance. I do love Cedrat so much. All right, next is Creed Silver Mountain Water. Yeah, this, a unisex fragrance, and it's a nice refreshing scent that doesn't smell like your typical shower gel fragrance. It doesn't smell like your citrusy fragrance or a fresh laundry scent. It smells like you went on a hike and you're like in nature and stuff, and then you're by like a waterfall. Honestly, that is what it smells like you're near like a fresh body of water. It just smells, it smells good. It smells really good. And this is something that was also really attractive to the feminine nose. I did get compliments from men when I wore this as well. They just thought it was a nice, clean fragrance. But the women really gravitated to this scent. They wanted to wear it themselves. But even with that, like I had some girls smell fragrances in my collection. And this girl was looking for a scent for her boyfriend. And she's like, I need to get him this one because this is the best. Out of all of the fragrances she tried, niche, designer, smelling through all of them, this was a standout scent. And I made a video like months ago about what women find attractive versus what men think women find attractive. And I talked about this fragrance right here versus Aventus, because we all know Aventus as, like, I don't want to say a boxer dropper. Some of y'all get offended with that. But like, it's a scent that a lot of guys are drawn to, and dudes will compliment dudes on it, and then they'll get confused as to why women don't make comments on it. If you want compliments from women, you wear Silver Mountain Water. You don't wear Aventus. But if you love Aventus and you still want compliments from women, wear Aventus cologne, because it's so much better than Aventus from a woman's perspective. Next up, we've got Blue Agave by Precious Liquid. And this scent, another easygoing fragrance that just kind of reminds me of, like, think of, I don't want to even say like, well, you know, it kind of takes me back to college, right? So think of your college days. It's the summertime. You're taking like body shots off of like a fine ass person on the beach. That is the whole vibe and experience of Blue Agave. It's not so much the type of person that I see. Like I don't really envision a person with Blue Agave. It's more of an experience, and it's just a fun, flirty, youthful scent. And it is pretty unisex. In the opening, it's a little bit more masculine, but there's actually a lot of women that like to wear this when they work out or after they work out, because it's just a very like sexy, fresh fragrance. And I love it. I really, really love it. And this smells good when you layer it with other fresh fragrances as well. Next up, my favorite Tom Ford Oud Wood. Come on, it's a woody fragrance that doesn't smell like oud, all right? So you're getting these woody notes, but it's not heavy. It's not dense. It doesn't weigh you down. This isn't a fragrance that strictly has to be for nighttime or for cold weather, because it's something that kind of just, it's livelier than that, in my opinion. I've worn this in 80-degree weather and gotten compliments from men and women. They have just loved it. Wearing Oud Wood in the daytime when it's warmer outside really reveals a layer to this fragrance that you're not going to get if you wear it only during nighttime or special occasions. So for me, I love Oud Wood. I do still find it to be a unique fragrance. And somebody actually said that too before. When they smelled this on me, they were like, I've never smelled anybody that smells like you. That's really, really good. So Oud Wood doesn't go in your floral sweet direction, or your garden fresh smell with the feminine fragrances, right? It doesn't smell like your Ambroxan balm with a lot of the masculine designer scents. It's very unique to the general public, and they really, really, really do love it. Everybody. So Oud Wood, Tom Ford. Next up is Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. This is my favorite fragrance from Louis. And man, I remember I was talking about this shit non-stop. Non-stop. I love it so much. But the thing is, I feel like I love it so much, but then when I wear it around other people, they clearly love it more than I do. It is just something that I didn't think that my level of loving it could be exceeded. But whenever somebody new smells this on me and they've never smelled it on me before, they are really blown away with the simplicity of this fragrance. It's just a sex in a bottle sort of fragrance, in my opinion. It's an orange scent. Nothing complicated here. Nothing here that's like, oh my gosh, this is so different. It's so unique. It's not unique. It's not different. It's just like downright sexy. Sex in a bottle. That's all I'll say about it. Next up, Precious Liquid Salt and Pepper. This shit went crazy. I remember the very first time I smelled this, or the first time I heard about it, my girlfriend bought a bottle. Like I think she bought like a fragrance from Max Aroma, and it came with a bunch of other samples, right? And she's like, you need to try this fragrance called Salt and Pepper. And she's like, I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to mail it to you right now because I think it is super sexy. And I'm like, all right, let's see what this thing is about. So she sends me this small little like travel size vial of it. And I'm FaceTiming her. I'm in my car and she's like, you need to open it right now. So I pull into the driveway of this Subway and I'm opening this box. I spray Salt and Pepper. And my initial reaction was, okay, it's like a typical masculine sort of fragrance. It was peppery. It was good, but I wasn't really in love with it. And she was like, just wait. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait. I went into Subway. I'm waiting in line. And about 15 minutes later, I was like, oh, shit. Like, it just transformed. And I fell in love with the scent. I'm like, that's good. So when I got back in the car with my Subway, I FaceTimed her. And I was like, you're right. This shit is so fire. She's like, I told you it's super, super sexy. So she's like, next time I see you, you have to wear that. And that became my go-to fragrance, like that sample of it. I've gone through, I think, two sample, like the two of the big, like travel size, not bottles, but sample vials of that fragrance before I could even get my hands on the OG bottle. And I remember that I didn't want to talk about the fragrance yet. I kept it as my mystery fragrance because I was worried that it was going to like sell out before I could even get my hands on a bottle of it. So I was like, all right, I'm wearing my secret scent of the day. And then finally, when the bottle came in, I just, y'all know the rest of the story. I wouldn't shut up about this scent. But let's keep this simple, okay? If you want to be super sexy to women, if you are looking for the sexiest fragrance to wear around women, you only want compliments from women, this is the scent that you throw on. This, like, you don't wear this if you want your guy friends to compliment you or if you're trying to get a boyfriend, all right? And maybe there's some guys that are really into this, but this is something that I have been stopped by strangers. I have been followed in Costco by women that I don't know, and they would go up to me and say, by the way, you smell so good. Can you tell me the name of your fragrance? And I would say the name of it, and they have no idea. They're like, where do I get that? Is that at Sephora? Can I get that at Ulta? And they would write the name of the scent down. I had to explain that it was a niche fragrance, and the conversation was like 10 minutes long. But they're like, that is so hot. Like, they were really in love with this scent. Every woman I wore this around went absolutely weak in the knees with this fragrance. I'm going to tell you right now, out of everything that I've just talked about, in terms of like the scent that would get the most attention from strangers, with women in particular, this was the juice right here. This was the one that was getting people like approaching me because they just thought my fragrance was really, really, really sexy. So Salt and Pepper. And in case you haven't seen my other videos before, the owner of this brand reached out to me because he saw that a lot of people, a lot of you subscribers from my channel were buying his products. He was like, for your followers only, I'm going to run a discount for $40 off It's called Melissa40. That's the name of the discount code. But it's only going to be for y'all. It's only for my subscribers, and it only lasts till the end of the year. So it is the cheapest that you can get any precious liquid fragrance in their limited collection line. So I just thought that was super dope of the owner to do, and to recognize that a lot of you have been supporting his brand. So no matter where you go looking, if you want to go get Salt and Pepper, you want to get Oud Symphony, you will not find a better price than with my discount code, at least until the end of this year. $40 off this is crazy. You'll only see like maybe $20 off, $15 off, but never 40. So big love to Richard. And by the way, he was also the perfumer of Oud Wood, which I like when I found out about that, blew my mind, right? And lastly, Elysium by Roja Parfums. I am wearing this. I wore this when I went out earlier this morning, and it's my favorite Roja fragrance, all right? This is a juniper berry, grapefruit scent, but on me, it smells like a lemon pineapple cocktail. Fun, flirty. I don't even want to say youthful, because I feel like if you're in your 30s and your 40s wearing this fragrance, you're still going to smell amazing, all right? But this is definitely for the life of the party. This is for the people that just have that magnetic sort of energy that when they enter the room, people are just drawn to them. They want to hang out with them. You bring the good vibes. You're that person that everybody waits around for because they just can't wait to see you. You're the it person. You're the it girl, the it boy. It doesn't matter when you wear Elysium. That is the type of energy you exude, because that's the sort of fragrance that this is. So this isn't for your quiet, mysterious person. This is for the person that owns it in the spotlight, not overly cocky. They just know how to work a room, you know? So gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. And y'all, again, the discount codes, the discount links for all these fragrances, gonna be in the description box below, all right? Let me know what your most complimented scents are or were for 2022, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.